And we are back with another react, and we are watching a video where today, I know y'all see the soccer jerseys up there, or football jerseys, as some people might say, or majority of people would say. I thought we would just switch it up a little bit. We got, we got basketball. Hold up. Let me change that real quick. It's like, nah. I am not changing those jerseys, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Today we are gonna watch the night LaMelo Ball humiliated Julian Newman. At a point in time, I'm not really that much in with the basketball community. I don't know if anyone thought that Julian Newman was actually gonna make it to the league, but he's trash. He's probably better than me, but one day we might have to do a 1v1. One day we might have to make that happen. Without further ado, let's stop the yapping and let's just get right into this video.
LaMelo Ball versus Julian Newman was one of the most hyped up high school basketball matchups in recent memory. It was set to be the most anticipated high school basketball game since LaMelo faced off against Zion Williamson
Yeah,
back
I
in
remember this,
2017.
bro.
LaMelo was fresh.
I ain't gonna lie, Zion is one of, like, because, I'm not, look, I don't really watch basketball as much as other people, but like watching Zion's high school mixtape where he was just doing 360 windmills and blocking people 50 feet in the air, like I'm thinking this guy could be literally the next LeBron, bro. Like this guy is crazy, but with all his injuries, and it makes me upset. But I'm always rooting for Zion, bro. Zion, look, bro. Zion and stuff.
Off his return from playing professionally in Lithuania and came back to play his senior year for Spire Academy. Julian, on the other hand, was playing at Downey Christian School coached by his dad, Jamie. With the insane social media hype that followed both players for years, the stage was finally set for a LaMelo versus Julian matchup. And while LaMelo probably didn't even care who they were playing today, this game meant everything to the Newmans. Jamie claimed that if Downey shocked the world, no one would be talking about LeBron or Harden. And let's not forget, this was in 2019, when these were two of the best players in the world.
No one cares about LeBron. You won't hear about Houston, James Harden. What you're going to hear about is Downey Christian shocking the world for a week.
What made the drama for the game even more magnified is that people have compared LaMelo to Julian, which was ridiculous in and of itself, considering LaMelo was a 6'7" phenom with incredible court vision and scoring ability, while Julian was a 5'7" guard who was solely known for his over-the-top handles and questionable long-range shooting. But regardless of the fact, the game was finally here, and the real question that people want answers to is who will live up to the hype. As the tip-off approached, the energy in the crowd was electric. The gym was packed to the rafters, and fans, scouts, and media were all in attendance, eager to witness what was billed as the game of the year. From the jump, it was clear that LaMelo and Spire Academy weren't messing around. LaMelo Ball orchestrated the game.
They're literally, he's smiling and having fun, bro. Look at this play. Look at this play right here, bro.
Billed as the game of the year.
From the
jump, it was clear that LaMelo and Spire Academy weren't messing around. LaMelo Ball orchestrated the game like a maestro, threading passes through tight windows and effortlessly knocking down deep threes. His blend of size, skill, and court vision proved overwhelming for Downey. Julian Newman, on the other hand, couldn't keep up. Spire's defense was overwhelming. They were too big, too fast, too athletic.
Oh my God.
Julian's typically over-the-top and dazzling handles were neutralized by Spire's length and athleticism, leading to visible frustration as he struggled to find his rhythm. Every move he made was countered by Spire's swarming defense, widening the gap between the two teams and highlighting the disparity in talent. As the game progressed, it quickly became one-sided. By the second half, Spire treated the game almost like By the
32-58. This was the Christian school was hyping this game to be the biggest game of the year. Oh, it's the first quarter. It's the first quarter.
Second half, Spire treated the game almost like a joke, executing double alley-oops, self-alley-oops, and even alley-oops off the court. The matchup was never competitive. It was like watching grown men against young boys.
I would hate to be Julian's teammate, bro.
Statistically, Spire shot 53% from the field compared to Downey's 37%. Out-rebounded them 53-42 and out-assisted them 36-12. Spire also recorded 14 steals and 11 blocks, while Downey managed just 6 steals and no blocks. Julian not only faltered, but his performance was dismal. Atrocious is the only word that comes close to describing it. Spire Academy put on a clinic. LaMelo's energy invigorated his teammates, leading to flawless execution and a series of highlight reel dunks, alley-oops, and fast breaks as they ran up the score.
Bro,
it was a complete dismantling of Downey. LaMelo's performance was nothing short of spectacular, showcasing his all-around game and solidifying his case as the best player in high school basketball. The crowd was in awe, and social media erupted with praise for the young phenom. The game ended up being an absolute blowout, with Spire beating Downey 117-80, a 37-point defeat. The blowout captured the basketball world's attention. The scoreline doesn't fully capture the one-sided...
y'all seen that where, bro. Never mind, bro.
nature of the game. LaMelo had an outstanding performance. He notched a triple-double with 14 points, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds while adding 5 steals. Despite the impressive stats, it was an easy game for him. On the positive side for Julian, he did finish with 15 points, which at first glance seems like a pretty decent game. But then you look at the fact that he shot 6 for 25 from the field.
6 for 25? Bro, if you put me instead of Julian, I'm making at least... I'm not going 6 for 25. That's insane, bro.
Less than 25% shooting. It was clear that he had a very off shooting night. But even besides that, it was evident that Downey did not belong on the court with Spire, and they were completely outclassed. Downey could not hold on to the ball and simply could not keep up with Spire's pace, size, and athleticism. Half the time, Spire was gambling on defense in a lazy half-court press and still getting turnovers. On offense, they basically scored every time they went down the court. The game became a joke to Spire. It looked like a varsity team was playing the freshman team. When it almost becomes critical towards the end, that's when you know this game was never serious. This game was more than just a high school matchup.
Did they really even try?
It was a statement.
The 117,
LaMelo
they could have got more than that.
That his hype was justified and that he was destined for the NBA. For Julian Newman, it served as a humbling reminder that talk needs to be backed up by play. Both players left their mark on high school basketball at the time, but this game proved who was legitimate and who was not. It's still crazy to look back and think that people thought this game would be somewhat competitive. LaMelo had come a long way to get to this point. He contributed as a freshman on a Chino Hills team that went undefeated and played professionally in Lithuania. The family was riding off the momentum of Lonzo being in the NBA and LeVar making headlines with his loud mouth. But aside from those outside factors, LaMelo grew from 5'8" to 6'7" by his senior year and was seen as a legit NBA prospect for the 2020 NBA draft. On the Newman side, however, it was a little different. The only thing Newman had on his side was the social media presence that was pushed by media outlets like Overtime and Ball is Life for the past decade, and his obnoxious dad running around with his delusional loud mouth. Let's not joke around with ourselves. We knew this game wasn't going to be close, but it didn't matter. It was still going to be awesome to see just because of two loudmouth personalities being in the same gym playing against each other. We knew Spire was going to win, but it was never about that. The world was excited to see how Julian Newman would play against actual competitive competition. And ultimately, he got humbled. But the funniest part of the entire night, surprisingly, wasn't even about the game itself. After Downey lost by 37 to Spire, all Jaden, Julian's sister, cared about was getting a picture with Melo. When she went up to take the picture and asked LaMelo to follow her back on Instagram, he answered with one of the most viral lines in the high school basketball scene that year. I don't run it.
Can you follow me back on Instagram?
Yeah, I don't run it.
Huh?
I don't run it.
You don't?
So just to show how unserious the Newmans are, they're out here fangirling over the opponent that just blew your brother and dad out the gym. But again, we always had this about the Newmans. It was always about clicks for their reality show and not about competitive basketball. And that notion ended up checking out, because while the Newmans' sole...
Has anyone actually seen their show? Like, the only show I seen was the Ball in the Family. Like, I kind of rock with that. That was kind of tough, you know, because LaMelo Ball was actually good at basketball, and Lonzo, you know, and Jello, you know, but you know, there's really
focus was to grow their reality show and not produce high-level college or professional basketball players. LaMelo went on to achieve his dreams of playing in the NBA, being the franchise cornerstone for the Charlotte Hornets. And there you have it, the story of the night LaMelo Ball humbled Julian Newman. A game filled with drama, excitement, and unforgettable moments. While both players' paths might have completely diverged, no one will ever forget their matchup in 2019 that took over the internet. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth basketball stories.
Dang, so you know, I thought it was I low-key thought it was gonna be kind of close, maybe like a within 10, but 37 loss. That's insane work. 6 for 25, 25% from the field. Dang, bro. And you know, people were actually thinking it was gonna be a close game. Like I guess if you watch basketball, like, you know, the skill gap between Julian Newman and LaMelo Ball. Like, LaMelo Ball, the guy who shot half court in the game. LaMelo Ball, who played with his older brothers and was still dominating. LaMelo Ball, who dropped 92 points. All right, let me stop glazing, bro. You know, if you enjoyed the reaction, you know, make sure you follow me and leave a like and subscribe, and make sure you share this with your friends. Come on, guys, you gotta spread the word. Spread the word. But until next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace. Peace. You're actually still here? If y'all see this and y'all still here, I ain't gonna lie, like, comment down below, and in 5 years I'll give you $10,000.